Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Clone Wars Season 5, Episode 12. I did mess around with my audio. I was trying to use a different noise suppression that would make things better, and it ended up not sounding good when I tested it from my reactions, but for some reason, when I tested it from when I streamed, and then I retested it by, I was recording my gameplay, and it worked well there, and on Discord it sounded fine too. And then when I start doing my recording to my reactions, it wasn't good. So I went back to my original setup, and then I had an issue where my original setup wasn't sounding good either. And then I think I managed to fix it. So hopefully things sound okay. If not, hopefully I'll try to get it fixed by the next video. But let me know if you guys hear anything that sounds like really off in these videos and stuff like that. I'm wondering if it's because I sit a little farther from my mic when I'm playing. I have a table in front of me when I record reactions, so I can rest my arms on them. I don't like resting my arms like on my lap because then my arms get like really warm from my like leg heat and stuff. So I have like a table that I have in front of me, which sits me back a little further, which my mic is in the same position. Unfortunately, I can't move it any closer. If that doesn't, I have to test it. If that does end up being the problem, then I'll have to try and either. I've been thinking about getting a new mic anyway, so I might just get a new mic in general. Um, but worst case scenario, or like the cheaper solution, could be to get an arm that extends better than this one does. Because this one doesn't really have many pivot points. It's going like up, which it can only go straight up. It doesn't have any adjustment there, and then has an arm that comes out. I would kind of like a 3-point where it goes up, over, and then down, so I could move it where like more freely. So anyway, sorry, long-winded rant. Yeah, last episode we had the time in the void. It was an interesting episode. It's really interesting with Meeber being kind of like, there's some situations where I like him, and there's some situations where I find him annoying. But obviously he was just kind of freaking out. I get it. He thought he was gonna die. The droids were cool and calm because one, they don't have the same human tendencies of overreacting in a situation like this. Or maybe it's not even overreacting, maybe that's the wrong term, but having like a freak out moment. They don't have that probably in their programming at all or whatnot. So but yeah. So they were kind of like calm and cool through it, and then seeing him freak out, just like, it added that bit of like, this guy needs to calm down like the rest of these guys. But anyway, so we found some kind of civilization, but we saw no people yet. So I'm really curious what this little place is that we're at, and I want to learn more. So yeah, are we gonna get saved? We're gonna start here, guys, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. For some reason, my audio was really loud earlier, or when I loaded this episode. A soldier's most powerful weapon is courage. I almost didn't read it in time. Abafar. The Void. Oh, there was a person. I could see the similarities. If you have a face that looks like a butthole like that first alien we saw, and you spit, is it not called spitting? Is it called diarrhea? Sorry. Ah, he needs food. Yeah, they have lights and stuff, so. I like Meeber's voice, though, I will say that. Drinks. Do you have money? I'm surprised that he wants to hang out with 47 any more than he needs to, you know? Maybe he's just trying to keep an eye on him, it could be that, but... Hey, it's one of the little, like, dinosaur-looking people. That's cool. Yeah, right there, yeah. I don't know if you should say that. You don't know how this planet is aligned, do you? What if they don't like the Republic? Oh. Whoa. Yeah, what do you mean? Huh. So what do they have against conduit worms or whatever that is? Oh, there's some bugs. Go eat the bugs. Oh, no. I don't want the bugs or any food dripping out of these back alley bins. Oh no, come on, you tried one place. There's gotta be like one other diner here. Does that guy just have the monopoly on food joints? Come on, man. Unless this whole. Oh. I didn't even. It took me way too long to realize that this. So it's under separatist control, but maybe they're not happy about it. Oh. Yo, wait. We have a clone. Yeah. Interesting. Is he playing dumb? Or does he know? And he's trying to hide his. I'm slow on the uptake this episode, I'm sorry, guys. It took me a second to realize I was a clone, and then it took me a second to click that I saw the droids. So, if anything, the Separatists are controlling this place. Even if it's against their will, it might be why. I wonder if the person leading the Separatist force here is a conduit worm, or whatever he said he doesn't like. Yep. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, so he really doesn't know. Interesting. What happened to him? How did he end up here without knowing? Did he lose his memory? And like, was he in that ship crash we saw before and like lose his memory from it or something? Hmm. Interesting. Yo, he's gaslighting his worker to keep him working. Rude. There's a lot of little things in this arc. I really like it. I mean, to be fair, they just could have just not put anyone inside BZ and just sent the droids. It still didn't answer his question, really. Oh shit. Okay. There was a lot of droids there. Hmm. That is a good point. Well, wait, how's the clone gonna help if he doesn't have any of his memories of like being combat trained? I guess some of it could be instinct. They're just chilling up there. He's way to get rid of the bugs. Exterminator. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Why they're called clones, yes. That's how cloning works. Ugh. I don't like how 47 looked grossed out. Hmm. Yeah. Right. You can't see it, but is it there? Oh, okay. Oh, of course. This is how he's gonna help. They're gonna trigger his memories and he's gonna be super skilled, and that's how they're gonna get the ship. Okay. Wait, is that the one that Meeber was a part of? Oh, maybe he wasn't, because didn't he win his battle? That's why he's like was bragging about it. Hmm. I didn't write down the battle that Meeber fought in, did I? Damn it, I didn't. Fuck. So does he have all of his memories back now? Like enough to be able to fight and stuff? Oh, did he shave? Yo. Oh, okay, he doesn't have them all back. Okay. Ooh, okay. Fucking eavesdropping little bitch. I'm guessing he probably hit it. If it was here, he probably hit it before. Oh. Okay, he brought it. Interesting. Can't just enslave someone like that. What a bitch. Oh. I thought he was gonna do it. He doesn't have his. Hit those memories back in him. Oh, nice. The magnets. Oh, they gently put it back. Yeah, he's not gonna be. Oh, shit. It's an amazing world out there. Live in your bug filled dump with me. Oh. Hmm. She's sitting there laughing on the ground. Wait, so they know they're here and they're planning on destroying the shuttle, but isn't that their shuttle? I'm a little confused by that line. I might have to go back and rehear it again. All the lines, the markings. I wonder if it's like his kill count or what it all means. Okay. Hopefully he gets some of his combat sense back. Authorize this, bitch! I like how his armor is like a bit dirty and stuff, like wasn't super maintained. I like the lines on his mask. I call them lines. I don't remember what the name for that counting style is. Maybe he's just seen a lot of the silence from Doctor Who. Just a one-man arm. Okay, I mean, I guess he's got a decent bit of his memory back. Just they're blowing up all the shit we mined. Oh no, no, BZ, why are you always getting wrecked? Okay. Shitty aim. What a beast. I like how we can just stand here and talk. Move! They're just relying on the shitty aim. Oh my god. How are they not hitting him? Oh my god, guy. He's just dodging bullets over here. I guess it's not just stormtroopers that get the bad rap for bad aim. What? They're going without him? What? No! What a damn hero. Yeah, Meeber. Maybe he is getting a hit and his armor's protecting him. I think I just saw one hit his backpack. But we've seen clones get hit by blaster shots before. Maybe the backpack is safe, but maybe commandos have thicker armor? I don't know. Damn. Is he really gone? Damn, man. I liked Gregor so much more than I liked Meeber. God damn it. Okay. that is it, guys, for episode 12. I'm a little confused. So, that was a... I didn't realize that when we saw it in the episode, right? Let me go back. It would have been... He's in the diner. Right around here, maybe? Don't leave, Gregor. It's a big galaxy out there, bigger than you know. Stay here where your life is simple. It's such a line. You'll never get off Abafar, you and your little Republic friends. Not after your Jedi cruiser blows up. Why do you think the Separatists bother coming here? They're mining our Rhydonium to load onto the shuttle and destroy your ride home. Okay. So, I'm confused. When did the Jedi cruiser show up? Did they know when they were coming in here? When they showed up at this village? Did they, like, look in the sky and know the Jedi cruiser was here? Did I miss the Jedi cruiser showing up? Did I miss something, guys? It's just, it, like, seems like suddenly there's a Jedi cruiser here to save them, but then also the Separatists are here mining the Rhydonium in order to blow up that cruiser. It can't have been easy. Like, they set up a whole mining operation to take out this cruiser. Wait, I'm confused. I feel like I missed something. What's going on? Like, what the fuck? Let me know what I missed, because it's like, they couldn't, like, he didn't eat or anything, so they couldn't have gone too long being here. So how long was that cruiser here? And when did the Separatists get here, start mining Rhydonium in order to put that Rhydonium on a shuttle to then bring it and destroy the cruiser? I don't know. I'm really confused. Like, before that, I assumed that this planet was just inhabited by people, just like all the other planets we see, and the Separatists came and they were like, this is ours now. The Republic wasn't here to stop them, so they were just being here, you know, like, the Separatists just had droids here maintaining control of this sector of space. But it seems like they came here intentionally to take out the droid's ride home. So did the cruiser just, like, show up to save them and we just had no idea? I just felt like it wasn't acknowledged, or I missed when it was acknowledged. Anyway, I'm not going to dwell on it too long. I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments, but yeah, so we know the race of Meeber is Zilkin, which is interesting. We know that there is a race called Conduit Worms, apparently, that looks similar, and for some reason this guy didn't like them. I thought we were going to get a whole storyline where, like, the general in charge of this planet would be a conduit worm, and that's why the Burkus or whatever didn't like that race or droids, is because this planet was taken over by them, you know? But I guess not. Anyway, interesting. Running into Gregor was interesting. I'm sad that he died. Maybe he somehow lived and we'll see him again. I mean, we didn't actually see him die, so I will leave it up to the possibility that we will see him again. That'd be cool. But yeah, it really sucks that he kind of came into the story. He's this clone who lost his memory, and frickin' Barkus over here decided to be like, hey, you don't know shit, so you're gonna wash my dishes. And he claimed that his paycheck wouldn't cover the rent. So is he just not paying him either? Was he like, I have to pay extra to cover your rent? So he literally just wasn't paying him anything, and Gregor just didn't know better and accepted that? That sucks. What a shitty person. And then when when he was finally getting his memory back and he wanted to leave, this man's like, just stay here, live the simple life, like, it's a big world out there. You know, I feel like if you tell people, like, most people are gonna be like, there's a big crazy world out there, I'm a part of some, like, crazy galactic fight, and you want me to stay here and wash dishes for you? Like, fuck you, dude. Like, I'm out. Peace. But yeah, just having like it's just so funny. Now, don't get me wrong. I know there are some people that want to live the simple life, but the thing is there's some people that are content with their simple life. He's stuck washing dishes, probably without any pay. He's just like, okay, wash dishes, and I give you a place to live. You know. Other than that, you're shit out of luck. But man, crazy. We know that he was in the Battle of Sarish, which was apparently one of the Republic's like most devastating defeats. So I'm wondering if we'll ever see that battle or if it'll be referenced again. I wrote it down, so hopefully I'll remember it if it does get referenced again. Or I don't know if it's a battle that we've seen and we would have known about it if I would have remembered it, but I don't. So let me know if that's something I missed too. If we've seen that in the content I've watched so far. So the first 6 movies of Star Wars and then Clone Wars up until this point. If that battle had taken place, let me know. If not, then don't spoil anything for the future because it'll be interesting to see if that comes up again if we ever go back further and see that or whatnot. So definitely interesting. It's also interesting. I mean, I guess our characters just didn't know this, but it seemed like Gregor knew that this planet was used to mine rhydonium, which is like a, I think he said it was like a fuel or something, right? But it's also explosive, obviously. But but it's interesting that our characters just had no idea that this was like a planet for mining. Yet Gregor knew. I wonder if Gregor knew before he crash landed here, or if he knew by living here, he just learned that it's on this planet and they use it for mining, right? Anyway, um, because doesn't I mean they talked about like a whole database that R2 was able to search. Does R2 not have like they looked at information about this planet? Is that information just not on the record? I mean, let's be real. Like, we're gonna hide where we're mining our oil, right? Essentially, we don't want like everyone to know. Makes sense, but yeah. Anyway, or it's a separatist who found it and started mining it, and the Republic had no idea. That could be a thing too. So very very interesting. I really liked Gregor. I hope he somehow lived. I really do. I hated Burkus. Frickin' Burkus. Meeber, once again, he's kind of full of himself sometimes. Like, he's had like some good calls, I guess, but also just not not the most likable of characters. But I like the way he talks. He reminds me of a character, and I can't put my finger on it. Like, I looked up his voice actor before, and I didn't like. I think I might have heard him in some other roles, but none of it stands out to be like basically the way his inflection is, like the way he kind of talks like this, you know, like he puts some pauses in like how he talks, and then just like the way his voice sounds, like I know I didn't do a good impression, but the deepness of it and stuff. It's just it gives me vibes of another character, and I just cannot put my finger on what he sounds like. But yeah, every time he talks, like I enjoy his voice and the performance that the voice actor is putting on. The character is so like he just doesn't do much. He comes up with like a couple ideas here and there, but other than that, he's just I like how they kind of dissed him and they were like, "You only got picked because you fit in BZ," but you know the thing is that doesn't really counter his point well because he's like, why didn't they just send you droids, right? And his counter to that was because you're the only one that fits in BZ, and it's like that didn't answer my question. And the question still is, why didn't he just take the droids? Why didn't just no one go in BZ? So I don't know. I thought that was kind of silly as well. But anyway, and then there's the whole thing about the missing, like I don't know if it was missing or they were hitting and he just wasn't taking the damage. but it just felt like there were so many droids shooting at them. And I know this happens all the time, but there was something way more drastic. Like, at least when we have the Jedi, we see them blocking some shots, right? So it's like sometimes they would have hit, but the Jedi blocked them. Here, we don't have them blocking shots. Like, we did see him, like, dodge one, which is pretty crazy. Uh, but it's just I will say it makes it hard sometimes to take the combat seriously when we have a situation like that. And then we like transition from like dodging bullets like Neo and like them just constantly missing. And then we transition to him like blowing up and Meeber being like, rest in peace, you fought the good fight. You did what every, soldier does and fights for the people and things like that. And it's like it was kind of like a nice little send off that he gave for Gregor, but I was so in my head about like how they were missing and how goofy this is, and then it goes into a serious moment, and I'm like, oh shit, I guess I have to like try to transition to put my serious face on now, I don't know. It's just a really weird dynamic, but I don't know. It bothered me so much more this episode than it has in others with just the level of missing. It just felt like they were running around in the middle of nowhere. They even at one point stopped to be like, hey, what's going on with you? It's like, I know that's not what they said, but I can't remember exactly what they said. But they just stopped in the middle, not even behind any kind of cover or anything. Bullets are flying all around them, and they're just like having a conversation for a few. It's like, let's move, at least run. You're just standing there. How are these droids missing? Who programmed these droids? That person needs to lose their job. Can you imagine being like, haha, I created this artificial, and it might not be AI, it's more programming, right? But I created this program that can run these robots, and they can march, and they can shoot, and they're like, they bring them in, like, look how accurate they are, and they shoot, and they, like, constantly missing, and they're like, wait, you couldn't program them to be accurate? And he's like, no, that's too difficult. But programming a robot that can move, walk, talk, take orders, that, and actually like handle a gun in the first place and things like that was fine. But we drew the line at aiming. But I get it. Like, for the story, if they were like robot level like aimbots, no one could fight them except for the Jedi who can block their bullets, right? And then even then, the Jedi would get overwhelmed, I feel like, and get killed, right? So it's like, I get that they can't have perfect accuracy story-wise, but at least have our characters, like, always be in cover and find clever ways, like I like there were a couple times where he, like, shot the explosives and then moved to other cover. That was decent, but then those other times where you're just standing out in the middle just shooting, and just not gonna hit. But anyway, I still have enough fun with this show that I don't need to take it seriously because I just enjoy the stories and the characters and things like that we get given, so it's fine. But I just figured I'd mention it. But anyways, guys, very interesting stuff. We are continuing this. I did notice, because I try to keep an eye out on the chronological list, so that way I make sure I don't make any mistakes. We have one more episode, which might be the wrap up for this arc, because then we jump back to episode 1 of season 5. So we have episode 13 we'll be doing next. Then we'll be going back to episode 1, which, if you forgot, we skipped at the start of season 5. And then we progress on from there. And that might actually be the last time we skip. I actually have the list right here. 5, 12, 13, 1, and then 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Then we get into season 6. It looks like, oh, there's only 13 episodes in season 6. Yeah, we watch season 6 all the way through, and then we watch... Oh, so season 7 we watch in a different order. So season 6 is all in order, but then season 7 we do 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's only 12 episodes in... Wow. So we're about to get through the last couple seasons. Once we finish with the 20 episodes of season 5, the last 2 seasons are going to go back pretty quickly, and then we'll be moving on to the next show, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this, but might be Rebels is what we're getting into next. So Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon if you want to see more. 2 episodes ahead through my early access tier on my Patreon. Links in the description should be popping up on the screen, and I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.